The whole town attended the funeral of Miss Emily Grierson. No one had seen her in 10 years, but still they went to see her house. Her house was a 70s style house and was located on what used to be an upscale neighborhood. Miss Emily's house was the last one left because the rest of the neighborhood was taken over by garages and cotton gins. Since her father passed away, Emily has not had to pay taxes, but since there were new authorities, they tried to get her to start paying again.
Miss Emily, please call the sheriff's department at your convenience. Thank you.
Miss Emily replied with a letter that said,
Dear Mr. Mayor, I decided to write to inform you that I do not intend to go out at all anymore, but thank you for the kind offer. From Emily.
Miss Emily also sent a tax notice she received in the mail with her letter without comment, thinking that it must have been a mistake. Since she did not pay and refused to call, the Board of Aldermen decided to send someone to her house to talk to her. The member of the board walked up to her house, knocked on the door, and was leaded into her living room by a servant. Once Miss Emily walked in, he noticed she was wearing all black and used a cane. Miss Emily did not tell him to sit down once he stood up, but instead all she did was listen to him talk, and as they finished, she said,
I don't pay any taxes in this town. You can ask Colonel Sartorius.
I came from the new authorities and they can't find your record.
Well, I don't pay any taxes in this town.
But miss...
Ask Colonel Sartorius. To pay, take him out.
She kicked him out, and eventually a smell started to develop from the house. A lady complained to Judge Stevens and said,
There's gotta be something you can do about the smell.
There's really not. It's probably just a dead animal.
There's gotta be like a law or something.
Not that either. Sorry.
The next day, Judge Stevens received 2 more complaints, so the Board of Aldermen met again and could not figure out a way to tell Miss Emily about the smell. So instead of confronting her, they had the same man who went to see her about the tax notice sneak into her house and sprinkle lime everywhere. A week or 2 went by, and the smell went away. After this incident, the whole town started talking and recalled the time in the past when her father was pronounced dead, and a lady went to give her condolences, but Miss Emily said to her,
Hello? I just wanted to come by and say I'm sorry for your loss. My father is not dead.
Well, I know denial's part of the process, but
My father isn't dead.
After this, the doctors were now trying to get her to dispose of the body and threatened to use force to get it.
But it's my father. I can't let go.
I understand.
She gives them permission to enter, and they quickly bury her father after collecting the body. She gives them permission to enter, and they quickly bury her father after collecting the body. It was summer after her father's death when she heard of a man named Homer Barron. Eventually, Homer and Emily were seen hanging out together every Sunday. They hung out for a while, and soon people started to talk, and Emily did not like what she heard. The news resulted in Emily making a very big decision.
You know Homer prefers men.
I thought he was with Emily.
Yeah, well.
The news got to her, and she made a very big decision.
I need some poison.
Uh,
I need some poison.
what kind? Is it for rats?
I want the best that you have.
Well, a lot that we have can kill up to anything up to elephants. So.
Arsenic. I want some arsenic.
Are you sure? Cause that's weird.
Arsenic. I want it now.
Okay, but the law requires you to have a good reason for us to sell it to you.
Miss Emily walked out that drugstore with a package of arsenic labeled rats. Many people believed she was going to kill herself, but eventually they thought her and Homer were getting married since she was seen buying men's clothing. After that, no one saw or heard of Homer again and wondered where he went. Miss Emily never came out of her house after that day. People would occasionally see her in her front window, but they never knew what she was doing inside the house. People would occasionally see her in the front window of her house, and when they did, they realized she was now fat and old and had very gray hair. Miss Emily eventually died in her house on a yellow pillow, and once she was found, a funeral was held for her. After her funeral, 2 people decided to break into her house since no one had been inside there in 10 years. They looked all around the house and saw some interesting things, but were surprised to find, upstairs in Miss Emily's bedroom, the dead body of Homer in her bed with a gray hair on the pillow next to him.
I'm here with Marina Law today, and I'm going to be taking a couple questions. I'd like to start off with why did our group choose this story?
I think we chose this story because we thought A Rose for Emily was like the most interesting story. You know, there was a kind of a story behind the main story, and it was really fun to film. We just had a lot of fun doing this project. You know what I mean, Phil?
I do know what you mean. I think I have another question. Why did you choose this scenery? It was a really nice place to film.
Yeah, we actually filmed at John Iovinelli's house, one of the presenters in our group, and it was a really nice environment.
Okay. Last one. What was your favorite scene? It was a great film. I just want to know which one you had the most fun with.
My favorite scene was when I found out you were gay, because you know this whole time I was thinking, man, I can really get somewhere. But when I found out that you were gay, I was kind of like, oh.
Can you clarify for me who is the you?
You.
Me. Like my character or me?
Your character.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for that great interview.
Here. All right. Bye.